All right, let's do a quick audio check. Welcome back to Death Stranding, The Road to Death Stranding 2. This is part 3 of a series of streams that I want to do leading up to the launch of Death Stranding 2, which is coming on the 26th of June this month. Less than 10 days away. I think we're almost at 9 days now. but I look at that 9 days as a very short window because the launch of it comes at about 9 p.m. in my area in California, maybe between 6 to 9 p.m. So I'm going to say 9 days. It just sounds better to me as well. All right, last time we were in Death Stranding, we had completed sort of the basic introduction. We had burned Bridget's body, the old president of the new United Cities, and now Amelie is our focus. And they've kind of asked me, please join back and join bridges, join into a contract. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I need to start getting into a cadence of, good morning, everybody. DriedMoss here. We are, etc., etc. I've started to get my room a little bit in order for background stuff. I still need to clean up this shelf right here. I'd like to put in a couple of my collectibles. I did get Lara Croft posted where she needs to be posted. And then I've got my Cyberpunk Edge Runners board game. I need to put my Cyberpunk Gangs of Night City somewhere in here. Those are going to be some of the focus of my games. I'm also going to be playing a bunch of Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero. I'm starting to get back into that groove. But we want to try to get Death Stranding completed. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some longer streams. I'm going to stream for about 2, maybe 3 hours today, because then I'm going to a board game lounge and hanging out there with friends. And I had 2 monsters yesterday, and I was up until about 4. I was chatting with some friends as well, good people, willing to kind of spend their late nights chatting and shooting the shit about some of the things that we love about the video game industry, the hobby. That is a very, very bright light.
Believe we've met? I oversee delivery operations as well as maintenance and repairs. Nice to have you on board. I'm Mama, in case I didn't mention it before. Those there are strands. Not just used for packing, by the way, but for identification too. Take a closer look and you'll see. See the red there? That's your blood.
This is my blood. Alright, I'm going to turn on a room fan here. I don't know whether or not the audio of the fan is going to pick up on stream. If it does and it's too loud, I do apologize. Alright, so this was, okay, black was security. Like, there's different colors that they have for these. I think they'll explain that if I move over here.
Sam, this is Deadman. I calibrated your BB based on physiological data we collected from you earlier. It's still just a best guess, though. After you take it out for a spin, we can check if you're in sync and tweak the BB sensitivity as needed.
Hello, Lou. Alright, so this
This case will remove any chiral matter still clinging to your suit. Speaking of suits, blue is for delivery personnel, red for medical, orange for corpse disposal, and black for security.
I'm gonna have to do some longer streams, probably like a 6-hour or something. Every time I see this mirror, I need to get used to making this finger. Every time I get used to this mirror, it reminds me of Cyberpunk's mirrors. Like, there's no reflection unless it's a digital reflection. At least of the player. I can't wait to mess around with the photo mode in Death Stranding 2. Just look at how good that looks. And this is, I know that this is updated for PlayStation 5, and this is the director's cut. So it probably gave us a little bit nicer resolution. They may have updated, I don't know if they updated the character models, but that looks pretty damn good. And now that Death Stranding 2 is primarily on next-gen consoles, it's gotta look better. It really does. Like, I don't think that they're making Death Stranding 2 for the older consoles. But if Death Stranding, I imagine that we might get Death Stranding on a Switch 2, and we might get Death Stranding 2 on a Switch 2. Maybe. I I love the idea of its power, but if I'm gonna play a game this size, like the Switch is great for quick games. Mobile, I mean mobile in general, I guess. But the thing that makes it different, especially with most mobile consoles, is you can essentially dock them and then turn them into a home console, and then pick up and go like where you left off. So that's sort of the allure of it for me. And Nintendo just has Nintendo games. All right, let's drink our energy drinks. At one point, I will get cryptobiotes in here. You know, I don't know. I guess maybe I could drink a energy drink this fast. That's just downing that thing. I guess, yeah, I guess it's possible. Like here, take this can that doesn't have energy drink in it, which is filled with water, and Norman, I need you to like down this thing in like seconds. Like, but I don't know if I'd be able to down an energy drink for real that quick. Don't think I need to drink more than that. He shakes his head. Of course not. Of course you don't need to drink energy drinks. All right, I think we're okay. There's a couple things we have to do.
Sam Hartman here, researcher devoted to uncovering the secrets of the beaches and the Death Stranding, as well as those of dooms and repatriates.
Dooms.
The shower in your room was designed with chiral decontamination in mind. Chiral matter can adversely affect hormone secretion and nervous function. There's a correlation between exposure and the development of phobias, as well as, in extreme cases, violent and suicidal impulses. Chiralian contamination has even been postulated as a trigger for the onset of dooms. I should add that these showers have another function: the collection of blood, hair, fluids, and other natural waste products. They provide a non-invasive means to monitor your exposure to chiralium and your overall health. And I freely admit a chance to study the unique properties of your physiology, you being a repatriate and all.
Repatriate. Alright, is that it? Can I make my way out now? There we go.
Well, have you had a chance to think it over? Chock full of chiralium, but safe for you Dooms guys to wear. That's all you'll need to go forth and reconnect the world. To make us whole again.
I'm a porter. I don't care about connecting anything. Or making knots. But I'll do what I have to help Amelie out.
Listen up, Sam. The terminals Amelie's people built in the towns and cities they passed through on their journey west
The
are called
montage.
knots. The infrastructure's there, but the Cairo network is offline. Right now, it's only capable of transmitting voice communications. Sometimes wired, sometimes wireless, and a small amount of data.
It's like the Rambo.
So, unless the
I think
necessary
Rambo
data's
maybe
stored on
might have
site,
made
our chirograms won't show up.
montages. Batman, you know,
Emily and the other
superheroes
Bridges members you've
suiting
seen
up
around the place are grams generated
made the
with local
montage
data.
is sort of a silly
In
thing
case you didn't
to
know.
me, just because you see it so
Anyway,
often.
all you've got to do is find the knot, connect your Cupid, and bring Cairo communications online. Once you connect it to the terminal, you'll be able to initiate zero-time massive data transmission with the UCA network. And just like that, you'll reconnect us not only to each other, but to our past. All the lost and fragmented junk data will be compiled and restored, like bringing a dinosaur back to life from a fossil.
I am Sam. I deliver. When
4.6
the
billion
world
years of
needs
history
connection,
on Earth.
I
All the wisdom
am
and knowledge
Sam
we lost
Porter
since the Death
Bridges.
Stranding will be ours again. And that, my friend, is how we'll beat this thing. Once you establish Cairo communications, generating grams won't be an issue. You'll also be able to use Cairo printers. Won't be long before we're able to send all kinds of things through the wire.
Except anything original. Or that's got a soul. Nothing real. Just copies.
True.
Nothing real.
Which
just
is why
copies.
we'll still need porters like you. Before and after we're made whole, we'll need men in the middle.
No rest for the wicked, huh?
Just a little over a week away for Death Stranding 2.
Yeah,
Just a
well,
week.
idle hands and all that. We'll give you the details at the dispatch terminal. Make sure you check it upstairs. Drop's waiting up there too.
These shoes look like they've done some serious miles. Shall I dispose of them?
Wait. Hold on. There's something I want you to look into. My blood seemed to set those things off. Happened more than once.
Set them off? How do you mean?
I don't know. You took my blood, didn't you? You tell me.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Sorry, Lisa. Don't worry. I'll take care of
Lisa.
it. I promise you. Baby. Baby. Baby, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Steady.
So there is a new line of sort of these flashback sequences that tell a side story, if you will. And it has to do with a character that looks like Solid Snake, or at least has an actor that looks like maybe the replacement or somebody that Hideo Kojima would have used for the next Metal Gear. I feel like maybe they were going to remake the original Metal Gear and he looked like a younger Solid Snake. But so, also, one of the things that I do, and I'm going to repeat myself a couple of times through the course of this series, is I have a large database that I like to create when I play video games, and that database kind of helps gather my thoughts, gather some of the things that I see that are good, people, enemy locations, and things. And some of the things that I've gathered so far is sort of the things that I want to see or may compare to Death Stranding 1 and Death Stranding 2. So, like, we have the Odra deck, the scanner that Sam holds on his shoulder that can scan the area, the landscape in front of him to see how easy or difficult it may be to get over that type of terrain, or to scan for objects in the world to pick up, to continue to deliver left behind packages. Like, is he going to have a bike? I know that we've seen some videos. I know there's going to be sort of, it looked like a tricycle, or a tri-bike, or a motor bike that Sam has for deliveries. One that he kind of sits forward on, sort of a four-wheel vehicle. So, like, is he going to have a truck? Is he going to have all these different types of suits that he has? Because I know that Hideo Kojima does a really good job of making games that have hyper amounts of detail and systems that functionally work, or he makes them appear to functionally work within that world. Look at any Metal Gear Solid game. You can see how that started very, very early in Metal Gear Solid. And some of his even earlier games for, like, the Metal Gear series. There were gear, and I want to see what kind of gear. The suits, the boots, his harness, like character as well. We know Sam's in there. We know Fragile's in there. But outside of the characters that we become attached to or connected to, well, which of those connections have been severed? Which of those connections are still solid? So, one of the things that you'll see me do is have a thought, come over here to the computer, and then I'll write it down into my database. So if you see me do that a lot, it's just sort of the system that I'm going through. So sleeping. So see how he's sitting down here sleeping? Sleeping, like, what else do I have? Sleeping, resting, photo mode is definitely something that I want to have fun with, and I know it's in there. That's things that I need to kind of focus and give some time to when Death Stranding actually launches.
Let's get it moving.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Oh,
Sam,
wait.
check the terminal for available orders. Sam, this is Die Hartman. Your current objective is to extend the chiral network from here to Port Knot City. But don't think you can make a beeline straight for it. Signal won't carry that far. To cover the distance, we need to utilize knots. Think of it like tying ropes together to make a longer rope. The first of these knots is a Bridges Way station. Go ahead and take a look at the order. Deliver whatever they need, and connect the Cupid. Sam, order summaries may contain information critical to your success. Make sure to review them before getting underway.
So again, all the tabs, good bits of information, and maybe a little bit of lore, story, narrative that you might want as you go through each of those. So let's go delivery details. Story. So information that sets the stage for Sam taking on orders. I feel like maybe I want to move. Let's move this camera up into the middle. No. No. Bottom right it is. I may need to turn on a little bit of transparency. I forgot to do that. One of these days I'll remember.
Sam, we've supplied you with some rope and a ladder for this run. They should help with the steeper inclines, and the ladder will also make a halfway decent bridge if you need to cross a river. Right now, I figure you're thinking about how you want to handle this order.
It's already auto-arranged.
Order assigned.
So something I also need to kind of keep an eye on is let's see. Let's pull this stuff out of here. Put that into this database. Alright, so right now I have skipping summaries. So there's like every time you complete a mission, how does the skipping mechanism, I don't know if mechanism is necessarily the right term here, but alright, so we've added that. Something I also want to do is like for the suits that we get, like different colors. Different colors. Alright. And then when Death Stranding 2 launches at the end of this month, my two most anticipated things at the end of this month are the update 2.3 for Cyberpunk 2077 and Death Stranding 2. Those are my most highly anticipated game events for me this summer. And then after that, I'll open up my top things that I'm anticipating. I think my biggest video game announcement, it was Metroid Prime 4 for a while, but Nintendo's finally taken care of that. And they haven't said anything about, I might get a Switch 2 if they announce Metroid Prime 4. But right now I don't feel a need to get a Switch 2. But if they talk about the next and I completely forgot what I was thinking.
Have a pleasant journey.
Death Stranding will do that to you, like the amount of detail that's just thrown in front of you, like, oh, squirrel.
Sam, triple checked your loadout, I take it?
Hello.
Have a pleasant journey.
Sam, you see that sign someone left over there? You can leave some of your own if you'd like. Messages, warnings, words of encouragement, whatever comes to mind.
I need to mash that a little bit more so I can get up to at least 100. I was talking about a Switch game that I'm hoping that they release, and that I would buy a Switch 2 if they announced its completion. Metroid Prime 4 is one of them. I think maybe that was it. Thought there was something else that I was thinking about. I don't feel the need to buy a Switch 2 right now, though. But Metroid Prime 4 might do that for me. If Metroid Prime 4 was what I was talking about, then I guess I'm finished with that thought. Also, I need to think about turning on the online functionality of this game. That's sort of a pretty big part of it. Feels like I have something there, there, and there. The one thing I can't do yet is pick up any chiral clusters. I can pick up cryobite, the little munchies. I can replenish my blood. I cannot pick up these chiral crystal formations though.
Even the best porters have been known to lose their cargo. But you're better than the best. You've got what it takes to finish what they started. If you come across any abandoned shipments, consider taking them to their intended destination.
It's easier than you might think. See, all our packages are tagged with Bridges IDs for easy tracking. And your Odra deck is equipped with a scanner which might detect said IDs. Which is a roundabout way of saying, but that thing on your shoulder can help you locate mislaid shipments.
Mislaid. Yeah, but these are going all the way to Capital Knot.
Remember, Sam, every parcel is a promise made to a person in need. And they're counting on you to deliver.
Plus, with the idea of me trying to get this done before I get, or before to Death Stranding 2, I probably do need to turn on the online functions. Let's see, I think I might have to, let's see. Okay, so I logged in. I don't know what indicator gives me the awareness that I am online. Okay, up there, up at the top, or sorry, up at the top right. All right. Yeah, but Capital Knot City, like I'll pick the stuff up, but I'm gonna need to drop it off. I can't carry it with me, so I'm not on my way to Capital Knot yet. There's quite a bit of stuff that was left behind. That's the way station. Excuse me. Okay, so that's Igor, so that's an in-game character. Oh, I found a spot. I don't like when games can't manage this, so I'm going to make a quick note of that. take my notes. Take my notes. Let's keep it going. Alright, what do you call this? Geometry. Barriers. Anomalies, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna call it anomalies. When gaps in geometry anomalies, colon gaps. Alright, so when gaps in geometry strangely block movement. I guess more so is
at least while it lasts.
Obviously, when obvious gaps in geometry strangely block movement. Alright, we're going to add in here that cells, text, alignment, wrap the text. I'm talking about sort of my database here. Alright, so when obvious gaps in geometry strangely block movement, then should otherwise have space for the character to walk through. Check gaps between rocks. And this is one of my, like, I know it's nitpicking. It's one of my pet peeves. I'm gonna put red on this one. Alright, it's stuff that I need to check. So let's go ahead and stand Sam up here.
That's enough sitting around doing nothing.
And you see this gap right here. I should absolutely be able to walk through here. Or Sam changes, he could go into like a quick sideward shuffle just to kind of move into that gap. But I'm gonna have to like jump in order to get over there. I don't know why games do that. I don't think I go through BT. This is a BT territory over here. I don't know if I'm going to get that on the first run through. I could walk right over there. Like, we have a canister within sight. There was one. I think it's right there. I'll just walk by one. And there's another one here. And another one there. So many storage containers. We are going to go this way because we have stuff to pick up. Another one over here. Oh, somebody left something. We've got to pick it up. Yep. I'm glad that my overall weight is displayed here versus in this area. Certain bits of information. I mean, Sam does walk visually more labored, more encumbered as you add more and more, but it's nice to see about how far away I am from that. I've got more than half. I have to sneeze here. Excuse me. Wow. Wow. Alright, so it looks like we got a package, but I'm not going up that way.
If you come up against a sheer cliff or a steep slope, don't forget about the ladder we issued you. Be sure to try it out. I'd be interested to see what uses a seasoned pro like you might find.
See how, like, he should just... I don't know, maybe it gives me a little more, like, responsibility for the choices I make. Alright, let's grab a litter. Did I have a pickup over here? I've got one over there, but I'm not going to pick that up this time. Ladders and rope. Man, we got 3 more over here. Something about the ladders. Ladders feel like they are one length in DS1. Can we get adaptable length? So what I'm saying about the ladders is, the ladder is the same height no matter what, and you have to manipulate it. Either you're going to have a very narrow angle, or a very, I don't know, what would I call it, an acute angle. For if, let's say that this edge of my camera right here, that is where you're trying to get to. But if you're trying to get up here, you have more of an obtuse angle. I have to kind of move back over here. But it doesn't matter. The length of the ladder is always the same. So if I put it over here, it's going to be way extended. Or let's say I'm trying to get up to this height. Now the ladder you would have come up to about this length, but you'd have, let's say that you're only wanting to go up this distance. Like the ladder will extend over, and then you'll climb all the way up here to the top, and then have to jump off. Why can't the ladder adapt to the length required? That would be something nice to see, especially with all the tech that this game has. Like, am I going to be able to carry all this? That put a lot. Alright, I'm definitely getting up there. Leave no package behind. That's Sam's motto. Plus, just being able to walk is, to see how he's walking is more laborious. Like, look, like, what? Alright, I need to stop bitching. I need to stop complaining. Also, the rumbling in my controller is just zapping the controller's battery. I'm gonna have to get plugged in here pretty soon. I think right about this point, the rope is like the perfect length to get to the bottom. So I was going to try to make it a little bit higher, but I think it was at the limit of the rope. Or at least the comfortable limit of the rope. Like, Sam can do this. Man, he can't get over some gaps in rocks. But again, I think that gives control back to the player, so that might be why. It would be like if Sam auto-balanced himself and it didn't give the player the time to make inputs on the triggers.
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers. Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to.
Deliver in the rain, deliver in the rain. I'm trying to get the best score for delivering on time. I cannot take that. That is extra 50. I wish it would tell me the weight of the container. Actually, I think I can just hold it. Yeah, I can tell what weight it is just by picking it up on in my hands. So it went from 78, so that's 24, it's like 60? No, it's 40. So I'm at what was I at? 178? Okay, so I was at 78 and it goes to about 140. Yeah, so it's 60, right? Yeah, it's 60. Yeah. I'll be back for you. Station here is relatively close. Look at that also. I don't have a PCC yet. PCC. Alright, let's get our ladder out here. There's something so calming. No, let me rephrase that. There's a lot that is so calming about this game.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Cargo.
Yeah, none of this needs to be delivered here. This is all, well, looks like one thing.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. We've all been feeling the loss of Central Knot City. No one seemed to know what it meant for the organization, or the UCA, or us. But the oxytocin will take the edge off, and that'll be a big help. Won't be long before we're back on track. We may have luck. This is great. Thank you again. Yeah, everything looks to be in good order. And soon our way station will be too, I hope.
Let's get him into the network.
You're with the second team, right? Where are the others?
Dead. Caught in the void out.
No way. That one blast got them all? And what, they just sent you out on your own? I mean, if it was just a delivery, that'd be one thing. Porters come through from time to time, but the second team was meant to bring the Cupid. They were going to connect us up. 3 years we've been waiting for help. 3 years. And they sent us one guy. Shit. Tell me you brought more than the Oxy, at least.
I've got the Cupid.
You... Really? So it's true. I finally got it working. Well, then you just might be the answer to my prayers. So what are you waiting for? But you put us on the goddamn grid.
Oh yeah, we're connected. We've made it. There we go, post box. Store stuff. Oh,
Capital Knot City confirmed. It's really happening. Just like Amelie promised. We can finally do what we came here to do. Hey, you're headed west, right? Gonna be a lot of people happy to see you. Guess you'll keep on till you hit the coast, huh?
It's like he's got this.
Which means you'll get to see Amelie in person. Oh, that's something. That is really something. Me, I've never met her. Only seen her hollow messages back when I was
Only
with
seen
the
her
first
hollow
expedition.
messages.
Well, anyway, you best be careful on the road. There's some
Like
bad
he's got a
people out
forced
there.
smile.
One good, some say. But I don't need to tell you that.
I don't need to tell you that.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you,
By
Sam.
bringing that way station into the Cairo network, you've put it in direct contact with those of us back here in Capital Knot City.
Right. What's next?
West of the way station are a couple of structures our previous expedition put in place. And beyond them is your next destination, Port Knot City. It's on the shore of a crater lake that formed after the first void out. Your objective is to link up Port and Capital Knot. But to do that, you'll need to
Oh shoot! I'm gonna get these cities mixed up. So we've got Port Knot, which is the last location I'm trying to get to, right here, and then all the way over up there is Capital Knot, which is where most of the stuff that I'm carrying must go back to.
As to which you should head for first. Start with the distro center.
We've got some cargo that needs delivering anyway. Check the nearby delivery terminal to pick it up.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Your hard work's paying off, Sam. Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with additional materials and support. Should prove useful.
Alright, let's fabricate PCC.
Sam, you can use that PCC to build a post box.
Alright, let's get... Can I take... Yeah, I can take both of these.
To build a post box, you'll need to use a PCC. It goes without saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate one.
Alright, so I'm going to create a PCC, or a post box, and then deliver, or put all this stuff in it. Especially when I come back this way, I'm going to stop by here.
Order assigned.
Sam, assuming you've got your PCC in order, head to the site I designated and build that post box, would you? You should have no trouble finding it if you check your map and compass from time to time.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright, so all of this stuff is going to Capital Knot. With the majority of it. So I'm going to go down over here, cross over, and put it on that side, so when I swing back by on a motorcycle, I can pick up the majority of it. And continue on with the delivery. Plus I can put that one right there inside of it too. Come on, line up there, Sam. Turn around. There you go. Alright, we brought two with us. So I'm going to make one here and waste one being over there. So let's put one here. Dismantle the stuff as I need it or don't need it.
Construction complete.
Don't know why I was wanting to punch it. Alright, let's...
Your private locker can be used to store cargo and the like.
Alright, so we're not going to Capital Knot yet. Alright, that's the distribution center, which I'm going to go to here soon. All this stuff is mine. This guy up. Oh wait, oh, I was in proximity to that other one, so I grabbed onto it. Sweet. Oh. Trip on a rock. Alright, so now we need to go make another locker, or post box, at the designated location. It's over here. Excuse me. Got a package right there, I can see.
How you doing, Sam?
Wesons.
Sam, I see you've arrived at the designated site. Good. Good work, Sam. That's a fine-looking post box. If you access it...
Like I just did. Alright, let's take the climbing anchor. Leave the rare materials, the resins. The resins are just resins, I guess. We'll recycle that. So we could probably keep that with us. Alright, so these rare metals are all going to distribution center. I can keep all of that. The resins I can deposit at the distribution center. Climb anchor. There's nothing in the private locker. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. I actually don't need anything because there's nothing in there. Alright, now I'm going to dismantle it. I don't need one here. Just the obligatory mission. Alright, now let's move on. Let's go ahead and organize this. Alright, now we're gonna make our way to the distribution center. We're about an hour into the stream, about 11:20. Probably go for no more than 40 minutes. I will have longer streams. I'm going to have to if I'm going to get through. Because if I'm only averaging like a 2-hour per stream. This game is a lot longer than 20 hours. And I've only got 9 days left. I'm gonna have to go up to that location at some point and gather some stolen material back from those. I forget what they call them. Hoarders. That's not what they're called, but I've forgotten what they're called. Hounds. Gotta neutralize those pings.
Heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Can I climb up here? Actually, you know what? Let's grab onto this watchtower real quick. Looks like they're slowly moving this way. They're scanning like my last known location, which is over there. So that's where they should be going. I guess they could ping me again. Looks like they're still moving that direction. I guess they could also see me. Their line of sight is pretty decent. There's a way that you can, like, when these little beacons here ping you to locate you, you can ping back on against them, like when that wave comes towards you. The better you get at combat, like I don't think there's a need for combat in the game. There's a couple of scripted things, like when you fight Higgs, but off the top of my head, I don't think there's a requirement to play the game in a combative state of mind. You can be defensive and not have to go on the offensive. But again, there are some scripted things that require you to do some combat. Yeah, see, I'm not pinging against that beacon soon enough. I need to plug in my controller. Because life of controller do not last, especially when there's rumble. And I don't want to necessarily turn off the rumble for this game. This is a huge part of it. Yeah, my headset. Battery's about to go out too. It's like sand people from Star Wars.
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
I like the glistening that comes off of the, see how it gets kind of wet on the grass, and it's got this trickling effect. It's such a very effective achievement. And for the life of me, I need to finish Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, so the way station's back that way. But I can pick this up for now. And I don't like the way that looks, so I'm always like trying to auto arrange it. You can arrange it however you want to, but that's for another playthrough.
Hey!
Car graveyard. Alright, I'm going to be coming up on BTs in here. Until I get my hermetic grenades, I'm not going to be able to fight them. Alright, so we'll get... Once our Odra deck starts to lock on, which I think is a synergy that happens with the Bridge Baby and the Odra deck. I think without the Bridge Baby, you're not getting the Odra deck lock on. Alright, so I'm trying to perfect the use of the Odra deck to know when you need to hold your breath, and I think it's only when it spins orange. So it's pointing off that direction, so as long as I don't close that gap, I should be okay. Okay, so now there's something in front of me, so we'll move over here to the right. Now there's something in front of me, so let's stop, and then it should give us a nice scan of where it's at. So there's a baby there, a couple of others. Alright, so we're going to stay in this direction. Alright, so the flip, flap, 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 flap is just say, hey, you're getting close. Once it goes to red, you got to make sure you're crouched. At least that's what I feel. Otherwise, they'll find you. But when it spins fast, that's when you need to like make another like. Okay, so see how close I am and they're not seeing me? I think if I stand up, that would give me away. And now I'm going to bridge this gap, try to go straight this way. And if it turns orange, I need to hold my breath to kind of split this. And see how now it's slowed down? I don't need to hold my breath anymore. Now it's gone to blue, so I'm okay. And I believe I'm going to have a couple more in between that I'm going to have to take care of or try to avoid. We can go down through here. Let's hold our breath. Hope we don't fall. Alright, it's slowed down so I can come off of holding my breath. Now it's gone blue. So I'm good. Do a quick scan here. We're good. Alright, and then when it's blue, you should be able to stand up, but I know now it's when it's not flapping fast blue. Alright, so we just still need to be crouched. If it turns red, we need to stop. Alright, so we're going to split the difference here. Alright, we got a BT there. Alright, we got a little bit of yellow in the middle there. That is a big gap. Let's try to take the shortest gap
One of
here.
your containers has been compromised. No need to panic. So long as you don't drop it, the contents shouldn't sustain any damage. And if the cargo itself is okay, then your eval won't be affected.
Oh, you gotta be
Just take
kidding
a little
me.
extra care from here on out. You'll be fine. Good luck.
Come on. What am I doing? What is he doing? Hold on a second. Come on, stand up. Silly. Really, really silly. Is he really triggered off of me? Okay, this is insane. This is insane. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. No way. No way. Should not have happened. And let me tell you why. So the way that the camera was it's my fault. It's annoying that this is happening. That the fact that this should not have happened at all. Should not have happened at all. Outrageous, outrageous. Well, I guess learn from, your stupid mistakes. It was because I lost out on my grip. It went and then as soon as it does that, then you're kind of shoot out of luck. Unbelievable. And then I couldn't swim to the shore fast enough. And I guess I'm about to do it to myself again. So I paddle. See, I'm at the edge. Like, but for some reason I couldn't stand up. Very, very silly. Like, I was right at the edge, but Sam just wasn't standing up. So that should not have happened. Should not have happened at all. And I guess it's just still... Is it still drifting down? Yeah, I don't care.
Sam, your cargo's taken too much damage.
Oh, it was the order package, too. Now, out of all the packages that fell out, it was the order package that fell out. Alright, I think that's a good trigger for me to go ahead and end the stream. We're a little over an hour in. Yeah, not how I would like to end the stream. That's a little frustrating. But, I mean, live and learn. So we'll try not to make that kind of a mistake again. So thanks for those that are coming by and lurking. And please jump into the chat. Let's have a discussion. Keep me from losing my cool for a stupid mistake like that. All right. See you again. Bye.